Welcome friends, I have another video for you today, and this one is inspired by a Tim Holtz Ideology mask that I purchased the other day at the store. And when I was looking at this mask, you can see I paid $1.99 for it. I was starting to wonder if this is something that I could create with my Cricut, or more specifically today with my Gypsy. And I'm just going to pull this out and show you what it is. What you get is a piece of acetate that is, and I know it's hard to see, but it is this symbol, or this compass actually, nautical compass, that is cut out. And then you still have to kind of punch out the little images right here. So you can use a paper piercer or your scissors. And it is kind of tough to take these out, I've noticed. And I haven't done this one yet, as you can see. But what it is a mask that you would just put down on your piece of paper. And I don't know if this makes it any easier to see. Nope, it doesn't. But you put it down on your piece of paper, and then you would spray with glimmer mist, or you use your ink pad to distress. And you would then have that image shadowed or somehow put on, depending on what product you use, on your paper. I'm going to show you a less expensive way to create this same kind of idea with your Cricut or your Gypsy. So hang on, let me grab my supplies. But the one we're, like I said, recreating today is this compass. What I want to show you first of all is how to do a Gypsy search for those of you that own your Gypsy. Let me see if I can zoom in here just a little bit. That might be as much as I get. There we go. That's a little better. Alright, so what we're going to do is, once you have your Gypsy up, we are going to the keypad. If you have this screen up first, you're going to toggle over to your keypad section, and you'll notice there's a little Cricut face down here with an eyeglass in front of him. That is your search feature. Then you will go to this you'll go to this keyword option, and you're going to press on the little keypad there that lets you type things in. And the only thing I did for this was I entered in compass to do a search. You just type that in, and then you get a couple of options. So they've got in the Gypsy, they've got something listed as compass, something as compass parts, and compass pieces. So I just went ahead and tapped on compass and let the Gypsy do its searching. And what happens is you'll get a list of cartridges that have anything related to the word compass come up. What I love about the Gypsy is you get a little preview picture here on the side, so that you can kind of scroll down here, depending on how many cartridges are listed, and see what options you have. Now there's a lot of really cool options here. The one I thought looked the most like the Tim Holtz one was graphically speaking. So you just tap on that, and the really nice feature with Gypsy is it highlights the image that it was referring to. So you don't even have to guess about which creative feature button to press, if you need to shift or not. It automatically highlights it for you. So I hope you can see that. Everything else is kind of darkened. Oops. Let me get that in frame. And then the one that they were specifically referring to is lit up. And so all you have to do is then choose that one, and you just tap it. It puts it on your image queue, and you're ready to place it on your mat. Now I've already done that on this file, and I've sized it to what I need. So I'm just going to delete that extra one. And you can see there's a few here on my mat. I hope you can see that okay. Because I've been cutting out quite a few for a project I'm doing. But what I did is I sized one up to 2.5 inches in height and 2.60 in width. That happens to be the size I want. So now I'm going to send this to cut on my Cricut. So as you can see, I've sent the information to my Cricut. You can kind of see the holes here where I've cut out some others, and I'm using the in-between pieces on this sheet of acetate, or transparency, whatever you call it, to just get as many of these compasses that I can. Okay, so I've cut my shape out, and I'm just going to put a piece of black here because I think it helps you see it a little bit better. Now, I've talked about where to get these transparency sheets before on a previous video that I was making with some butterflies on a card. But if you need to email me again, you can reach me at Cathie Rigby at AOL.com, or post a comment here and I'll respond to you to tell you where you can get that. Now this has been cut with my Cricut. I did set it to a 2 multi-cut. If you did 3, this would pop off even easier. But what you need to do with this is just get it a release point, which means just cut up perpendicular to the line, and you can see just how easily that peels off of there. And it just needs a release point to snap off from the rest of the plastic. So that's what you would do. You would get the shape right off. Let me just get another piece here that I've done previously. Here's one that's completely off. And then for the inside pieces, again, they just need to snap out, and you can kind of see how those just kind of pop right out of there. And there's a little piece, and you would just peel that off. So I have one that I've done here all the way. I've cleaned it up. So there is my mask that I've created using my Gypsy or Cricut. Now this transparency sheet that I happen to be using comes in the 8.5 by 11 size and costs me $1. So as you can see, I've got quite a few cut out of this one sheet. I think a total of 9 I was able to get out of that one 25-cent sheet of paper or transparency versus the $1.99 Tim Holtz mask. Now his is a 3x4. I purposely made this a little bit smaller because I'm using this for a project that I'll show you later. It's also part of my retreats, and I'm doing it as a giveaway. So, okay, so here's my stencil now, or my newly created mask. I'm going to use some Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist called Denim Blue, and I put that on just a white sheet of paper. You might want to put a craft mat or something in the background so you don't stain up your table, and you just shake your Glimmer Mist, and I'm just going to spray that over the mask. You can use a pair of tweezers to pick this up. I'm just going to use my fingers to give you a quick idea. And so that's the kind of background image that you would get having used a mask, which you can tell is really cool for scrapbooking. And I'm just going to wipe some of this off around the back to give it a little milkier background. So that's a great idea on a card or scrapbook page. Now I'm going to use that same mask. I'm just going to wipe it clean here with my wipey. And that's all it takes to keep it clean. I'm going to set that down on another corner. And this time I'm going to use my Night of Navy Stampin' Up! Stamp pad. And a little cosmetic sponge for this effect. And I'm just going to dab this on. And forgive my Band-Aid finger here. I was camping this week and got a little Dutch oven crazy, burnt my finger. And then there is a second look. So that's with the Glimmer Mist, and this is with just rubbing some ink across your mask, and you can see there's so many uses you can use for that. Acrylic paint works great. You can do a dry brush technique across that. Any colors you like. So that's the really fun thing about masks, and now you can create your own with just a piece of acetate and your Cricut or Gypsy. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please be sure and leave me a comment. I sure appreciate your feedback, and you can see some more great ideas on my website, www.creativecutter.org. Bye. Just one more step I want to mention. If you're creating a mask, you notice that Tim Holtz has the black cover sheet to his mask. What you can do is put a Cricut marker into your machine. They're called Cricut colors. They come in 5 packs. And then cut your exact same image back out with the marker in place.